Namaste. I, Dr. Juhi Singh, Assistant Professor at Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur, Department Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Respiratory tract infection. Today's our topic is respiratory tract infection. Respiratory tract infection in the general term is that used to describe all the part of the body that evolved in helping a person to breathe. Health professionals generally make the distinction between the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract. Upper respiratory tract consists of the nose, sinus, air-filled cavity that found inside the cheekbones and forehead. Then the mouth, including the tonsils, throats, the pharynx, which is the back to the throat and prevent the foreign objects such as food falling down into the lungs. The larynx or a voice box, which is a part of the throat that contains vocal cords. A common upper respiratory tract infection include common cold, sore throat, usually due to the infection of the pharynx, pharyngitis, tonsillitis, infection of the tonsils, sinusitis, infection of the sinus, laryngitis, infection of the larynx. These are the infection of the upper tract infections, common respiratory tract infections. Lower tract infections. The lower tract respiratory tract consists of the trachea, windpipe, which is called the windpipe, the tube that connect the throat to the lungs, the bronchi, the two branches of the trachea divided into the enter into the lungs, bronchioles, the tiny air ways that found throughout the lungs, the alveoli, tiny air sacs in the end of the branches. So common lower respiratory tract infections like pneumonia, bronchitis, infection of the bronchi and pneumonia. Bronchitis is the infection of bronchi and the pneumonia infection of the bronchioles and the alveoli. There are also certain type of infections such as flus that can affect both upper and lower respiratory tract. How common are the respiratory tract infections? Respiratory tract infections are very common. They are believed to be one of the main reasons why the people visit the general physician and the pharmacist. The respiratory tract is much more vulnerable to the infection that on part of the body. This is because it is easy for the virus and the bacteria enter to the tract when someone breathes in. Respiratory tract infection are more common during the winters. This is possible due to the fact that during the winters month people are more likely to stay in close contact with each other. Children tend to get more upper respiratory tract infection than the adults. This is because they have not yet built in the immunity to the many virus can cause the cold. The respiratory tract infection is generally good. Outlook of the respiratory tract infection is generally good. Most infections are self-limiting, which means that they will pass without the need of the treatment. However, extra care and additional treatment may be required for the people who are more vulnerable to the effect of the infection. Those who may require this include very young, the elderly, people with the pre-existing lung condition, people with weakened immune system. The number of the vaccines are available for some of the virus and bacteria that cause infections such as flu vaccines and the pneumococcal vaccine. Pneumococcal bacteria is a family of the bacteria that cause the pneumonia. So acute means occurring sudden or very short time with lungs of a pair. Then we come to the symptoms of the respiratory tract infection. As upper respiratory tract infection, a cough is the most common symptoms of the upper respiratory tract infections. Other symptoms include headache, stuffed and runny nose, sore throat, sneezing, muscle ache and pain. The symptoms of the upper respiratory tract infection usually pass with 1 or 2 weeks. Lower respiratory tract infection, as with an upper respiratory tract infection, the main symptoms of the lower respiratory tract infection is cold, although it is usually more severe and more productive, bringing up the phlegm and mucus. Sometimes the mucus is blood stained. Other symptoms of the lower respiratory tract infection include a tight feeling on your chest, breathlessness, wheezing sounds, sore throat, fever, chill, headaches, blocked nose and sinuses, acne and pains. When to seek the medical advice? Most respiratory tract infections do not require medical attention and can be treated at home. However, it is recommended that you visit your general physician if your symptoms suggest that you may have the pneumonia, such as coughing by the bloody mucus and phlegm. You are feeling very unwell. You have pre-existing or heart, lungs, liver and kidney conditions. You have a condition that affects your nervous system, such as a multiple sclerosis. You have a cystic fibrosis. You have weakened immune system. It is also recommended that you visit the general physician if you are 65 or over and have at least 2 factor listed, like you are 80 or above, have the factor like you have been admitted in the hospital at the same time during the past year. You have a type 2 or type 1 diabetes mellitus. You have a history of heart failure. You are tracking a type of steroids medications called glucocorticoids. So, what is the cause of respiratory tract infection? Most upper respiratory tract infections are caused by the viruses. There are more than 200 100 different viruses that can cause a respiratory tract infection. However, the most common virus belong to one group is rhinovirus and coronavirus. The most common respiratory infection is the cold. The number of different viruses that can cause cold is the reason why it is possible to have several cold, one half other, with each being caused by different virus. The most common respiratory infection cold. The number of the different virus can cold. The reason why it is possible to having several cold, one of the other, with each being caused by the different virus. Most respiratory tract infection are also caused by the virus. The exceptions of the pneumonia, which is caused by the Streptococcus pneumoniae bacteria. How the infection is spread? So, respiratory tract infection can spread in several ways. If you have an infection such as cold, tiny droplets of the fluid containing the cold virus are launched into the area. Wherever you sneeze, cough, and speak, if these are breathed in someone else, they may also become infected. So, infection can also spread from direct or indirect contact. If you have an infection such as cold or a flu, and you touch your nose or eyes before touching someone else, you may pass the virus on to them. Alternatively, if you touch an object such as door handle, telephone, The virus may transform to the object. If someone touches the object a short time later, the touch to the mouth or nose or eye remain affected, become affected. So this is how this spread. Then the diagnosis of the respiratory tract infections. The upper respiratory tract infection are usually obvious from the common cold and common cough symptoms and do not usually require medical diagnosis. Lower respiratory tract infection may be diagnosed by a general physician asking after asking you about your symptoms and listening to your chest with the stethoscope. If you have a lower respiratory tract infection, you become very sound crackly. A general physician may also listen to your chest by tapping it. If your lungs are filled with fluid, they will produce a different sound compared to if they contain air. Further, the testing of the lower respiratory infection is usually required if you have the symptoms in a particular severe or if you fail the response to the treatment. In these circumstances, you may given a blood test and X-ray to the will be given to your chest. Then, how the respiratory tract infection is treated? So, firstly, we have to take the self-care. Most respiratory tract infection can be treated by using self-care techniques such as the paracetamol, non-steroid, anti-inflammatory drugs just like ibuprofen can help to relieve the symptoms of pain and fever. Drink plenty of non-alcoholic fluids to keep yourself hydrated. This is a particularly important to the children. What is best, though warm drink can be soothing. Try to take a rest and avoid strenuous activities. Keep the room at a comfortable temperature, but make sure the fresh air is circulating in the room. A cough medicine may all help to soothe a ticklish or a dry cough. Over-the-counter products that are available from your local pharmacist are often sold as combined remedies for treating a cough and cold. Preparations may contain several ingredients, so you should always follow the manufacturer instructions to ensure that you take a correct dose of your symptoms and beware that the paracetamol containing preparation simultaneously could result in the accidental overdose. Smoke irritates the nose and throat. Therefore, try to avoid being around the people who smoke. To stay away from the smoke-filled environment, if you are a smoker, try to smoke while you are feeling unwell and consider quitting it. Raise the head of your bed slightly by placing the pillow under the mattress may help reduce coughing at night. Contact your general physician if your symptoms are severe or do not improve within the 2 weeks. Antibiotics are not usually recommended. Antibiotics are not usually recommended for treating the respiratory tract infection because the respiratory tract infection is not caused by the bacteria. Even if your respiratory tract infection is caused by the bacteria, antibiotics have to proven not more effective in treating the cases than the paracetamol. They may cause unpleasant side effects. Overusing antibiotics to treat minor ailment can make them less effective in the treatment of more serious or life-threatening conditions. Who should take antibiotics? Antibiotics are only recommended if you have a pneumonia because this is usually caused by the bacterial infection. You have a pre-existing health condition. There are personal circumstances that could lead to the serious complications arising from the respiratory tract infection. For example, antibiotics may be recommended if you have a condition such as HIV and which weaken your immune system. You are taking the medicines such as immunosuppressants which weaken your immune system. You are currently undergoing chemotherapy, treating the cancer. You have a history of heart, lungs, neurological, kidney, and other condition which weaken your ability to fight the infection. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. If you have any query, just comment below.